Hi, Aaron. Or I guess Kyle received it, or maybe I don't know which one of us, but we received your final self-assessment. But I realized that you never submitted the Canadian history website. Um, and then the other thing is there's no self-evaluation, which there has to be for me to take a look at it. I see 15 to 25 hours and it says ADHD math is flexible. I don't even know what that means, to be honest. With the Canadian History website, tools, Claude, Canva, I don't know how they're used. Um, so let's take a look at the site. So right now, let's see the timeline. Let's take a look. That looks like it's in Gamma, so that's kind of cool. I know that you use Gamma for that for sure, which I think is great. Although that really should open up in a new window, not replace this one. And then what do we have here? Uh, just pictures, I guess. Um, okay, that's fine. Then we have fun facts. This is Gamma again, which is nice. Although, really, with these links, best to have linked words, not the whole link, to make it look more professional. The other thing is you need to be a little bit aware of accessibility. This would be very hard for someone who's visually impaired to actually read, and it would be very hard for someone who is needs this read as a screen reader because it would read HTTPS dash slash slash GAM instead of the words, right? So, okay, so this is fine, and then you've got create your own website with Webador. Oh, okay, that's what you used here. Fine, that's nothing. Not nothing, but you know what I mean. You've got the timeline, which again should be, and then we've got our link, our land, and this looks like it's just a Gamma site. Again, it replaces, right, which you probably replace, but it should it'll say open up into a new window, and that's what you'd want. Um, okay. So we've got that. I'm going through. We've got indigenous peoples. So some gamma presentations, which I think you've made good use of. I wonder what this one is. That's gamma as well. Um, you might consider in your presentations with websites putting this much text on it is not that popular. People just don't read it. So that's kind of a suggestion for you. So when you create the gamma presentations, ask it to put limited or more limited text. So here and then Women of Canada, which is great. This is Gamma again. This is a YouTube video, which I think is useful, but obviously. So my question here, and I think this is interesting, although I don't know if celebrities from Canada is really Canadian history, but let's see, what do we have here? Um, yeah, okay, so that's interesting. Explore her art. Puts it into a, okay. So I guess my concern is I don't have a self-evaluation, so I don't know really how you created this. I don't know how AI was involved. Did you just go to GAM and say create a thing on celebrities, create a something rather, which is fairly. You obviously create a lot of GAM presentations, but it's a bit um, uh, it's not superficial use at all, but it's hard for me to know the depth of use. Did you get some documents in there? Did you find How did you use ChatGPT? Or how did you use the tools? So without that information, it's hard for me to assess. I would say at this point, it's sort of at that kind of, without a self-assessment, it's sort of at the best I can assess it without understanding what you did is probably in the B to B plus range. Um, I like the presentation, but I don't know how AI was used. I don't know which learning goals you met. I don't know the challenges you experienced, and I don't know your ideas for improvement. So that's my feedback.